Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts with you on the recent collaboration from BECCA. This is the KHLOE MALIKA BFFs collection. I picked this up from Ulta on the day that this launched from their website. I have been playing with this for several days now. I didn't really feel like I wanted to do a first impression with this. I wanted to try something a little bit different. I wanted to actually thoroughly wear the product, see how it holds up, wear it for a few days, get a good feel of it, and then actually sit down and do this full review for you guys. There were several items that launched in this collection, but I stuck with the face palette because that is what interested me most. I'm really into face palettes right now, and I'm not sure why. It's kind of an interesting thing to be kind of obsessed with because I feel like once you have one or two, it's like you don't really need more, but you're looking at someone who collects makeup and is obsessed with makeup, so one or two is never enough. But anyways, we're going to talk about this palette. I am wearing it on my face right now. I want to give you my thoughts and opinions. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started and jump into the video. All right, you guys. So as far as blush, bronzer, highlight, that stuff on my face is all from this palette. There's nothing else besides that as far as bronzer, blush, and highlight go. I do have a lot of thoughts on this, but first let's just go over some details about the palette. So inside, once you open it up, you get this beautiful mirror, and then you get 4 different face shades. So you've got 2 blushes, a highlight, and a satin matte bronzer. First off, I want to say the packaging is absolutely adorable. I absolutely love this packaging. Sorry to blind you guys with my light and my camera being reflected in this. It's super reflective. Now, there were 2 palettes released, one from KHLOE, which is the one that I have here, which is for more lighter to medium skin tones, and then there was one released from Malika, which is for deeper, darker skin tones. Obviously, I picked up this because I have light to medium skin tone. Let's go ahead and just talk about the palette. First things first, when I look at this palette, I got ambient light vibes, the Hourglass ambient light palettes. I don't know why, but that's just kind of what this reminded me of. Just kind of like this swirled, baked look in the 2 blushes and the highlighter here. It's just what came to mind, and that's kind of what made me want to try this. I've never tried the Hourglass ambient light palettes. They are super expensive. I think they range anywhere from like the 3-pan palettes can be like 40, 50 bucks or something like that. And then some of the 6 pans are like $80. So I thought, this is a lot cheaper than that. Maybe this will be a good kind of, not dupe, but option for those who want something like that, but can't drop that kind of money. So I do have a lot of thoughts about this. Like I said, I've been testing this out for several days now. Let's talk about the bronzer first. Now, the names of each shade is on the back of the palette. Since they decided to name these, I really wish they would have just printed it on the inside of the palette, but nonetheless, there's only 4 shades. So let me talk about this bronzer first. So the name of the bronzer is Cocoa Bronze. This is a satin matte bronzer. It's okay. It does read a little bit red on the skin, and when you look at it in the palette and you swatch it for some reason, it doesn't come off that way. It almost looks like it'd be like the best bronzer, like it'd be perfect for those days that you kind of want to contour and bronze with the same product. You just want to stipple some of it on the face, be done and go. But it does read a little bit more on the red side. I will say though, it blends beautifully and it layers really well. It is not super pigmented. You do have to layer it up, but the formula makes that really easy, and some people prefer that. Some days I do. I don't like to have to really spend a lot of time blending something out of my face. I'm in a hurry. I just want to get something on, blend it out with ease, and be out the door. And I feel like this does do that. But again, I just wish they would have just toned it down a little bit on that red undertone. I feel like if it was just a tad lighter in that area, it would be the perfect bronzer because I really do like the finish and I like the way that it blends. There are 2 blush shades in this palette. You have Fabulosity and then you also have Fierce. Now they're kind of both a peachy pink undertone. The blushes, when swatched, are absolutely stunning. I really do like them. However, when you go to put them on the cheek, I feel like the only thing that you can see is a lot of sheen, a lot of glow from it. There's not a lot of pigment from the blush. That, again, was a little bit disappointing for me. I wish there was just a little bit more of that pigment in there, along with the glowiness to it to just give you a little bit more dimension. I feel like it's just like those both shades could really come off as highlights. So that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I was expecting a little bit more in that area. And then let's talk about the highlighter, which is in the shade Glow Up. So this is supposed to be a soft focus highlight. The highlight is absolutely stunning. I really do like it. It does look soft. It does look glowy. It layers beautifully. If you dip your brush in just slightly, like with a fan brush, it's going to give you just that beautiful, soft, kind of ambient light. And that's why I think it kind of reminded me of that palette as well. It's like this glow from within. You really could pat this anywhere on the face if you wanted to just brighten the skin, bring a little bit more glow. If you're dry, it would look absolutely stunning. But as you can see, the highlight, you just see like this thick streak of glow here. It looks like I just kind of rubbed highlight all over my cheeks. And that's again because of the blush. It just doesn't carry enough pigment. So with all of that being said, do these products look nice on the skin? I think so. Just for me personally, again, like I said, I wish the blushes had a little bit more pigment. The bronzer was just a little bit more on the bronze side versus the red undertone, but the highlight really was the star of the show. With that being said, I kind of wish that they either would have done one of two things. Either made these like duos, like a blush and a highlighter, or made it just 3 pans with a highlight, blush, and a bronzer. Or they would have taken the KHLOE and Malika, since it's supposed to be a BFF and a collection, and just made this into one palette because, again, they're not so overly pigmented where I feel like it needs to be specific to, you know, skin tones. Obviously with the bronzers, one's gonna be, you know, for one or the other, but I still feel like there's so many face palettes out there where they do put everything in one. And I think it would have been really unique and really cute if they would have just put all of this into one collection. That's just my opinion on that. Do I think that this is a total win? I really can't say that it is. I don't think that it's worth the money. If you like a product like this, you just want a ton of sheen, you just want a really very faint blush that just gives you a crap ton of glow, and you like that shade of bronzer, then yes, you will absolutely love this. But I do think that the Tarte Blush and Glow palette, the Tarteist Blush and Glow palette that I just recently reviewed, is 10 times better than this. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this collaboration. Did you pick up anything from the collection? Is there a way that you use this that made you absolutely love it? I'd love to hear your guys' feedback and your thoughts on the products that I review. Before we wrap up the video, I just want to let you guys know that I have a ton of goals in mind for my channel for 2019. I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys recently on some of my older videos talking about how you like my eyeshadow tutorials because I have similar shaped eyes as you, or the same eye color, or you say that you like the way that I, you know, explain the steps in my eyeshadow tutorials and it makes it easy for a beginner. And that kind of got me thinking that I really do want to do more tutorials on my channel. Do they get the most views? No, there are so many tutorials out there, but I don't really care about that. If there's that handful of you that I help out and that you really enjoy them, I will make more of those videos. So leave me a comment on that below as well if you are interested in seeing more how-to videos, more tutorials. I really do want to dive into some of the palettes that I've used in the past. For example, like the eyeshadow palettes that I review, I don't want to just do a review on them and then shove them in a drawer and never show them to you guys again. I do want to do more tutorials, show you the versatility of these palettes, because a lot of the palettes I reviewed last year, I really do love, and I feel like there was so many hits, but so many people do reviews on them and then they never talk about them again. So I think it would be kind of fun to maybe every other week take an older palette or a previous release, whip it out, sit in front of the camera and do another tutorial for you guys so that you can get ideas and be inspired by color combinations and just make it so that you're getting your money's worth and that you're able to use the palettes that just keep being released. So I think I want to do more of that. I'm also going to be doing a full face of Shop Miss A, which is dollar makeup. I want to give you guys my opinion on all of that. There's just a lot of stuff that I have in store for you guys. I do want to do more get ready with me's, more Q&As, that type of thing. So it's all in the works. I have a ton of videos coming your way. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell button before you go so that you get notifications and you know when those videos are being uploaded. I want to thank you guys so much for your love and support. I want to thank those who are sharing my videos, interacting, commenting. So thank you so much for your interaction and your support. I love you guys so much. And yeah, I hope you had a beautiful weekend and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye guys.